OMG, guys, I really don't have an idea of how we moved from Barack Obama having an affair with Jennifer Aniston to how Barack cheated on Michelle for years with a former campaign aide named Vera Baker. And for whatever reason, people are now asking what happened to her because she suddenly just disappeared. So what really happened to Vera after those affair rumors popped up back in the day? Did the Obamas have anything to do with the disappearance? Okay, I know that in the last couple of months, there have been allegations that Barack's mistress is Jennifer Aniston. This was after In Touch Weekly published a cover story in their print edition that was titled The Truth About Jen and Barack. And the primary claim revolved around the fact that Barack and Jen were almost obsessed with each other. And Michelle Obama was rather envious of this alleged fact. Reports even claimed that Michelle was jealous that Jennifer Aniston was stealing away her husband's attention. There's also someone who spilled that they could confirm that Jen and Barack were a thing when they said in response to the allegation, "He's with Jennifer Aniston. My old manager, now a friend, is connected to her inner circle." At a gathering with Jennifer's friends, the affair came up casually. Jennifer herself admitted it. They were sitting with a psychic, which makes it sound surreal, but it's definitely not a secret among her closest friends. But then after these allegations came out, Jennifer Aniston was on Jimmy Kimmel calling them ridiculous.
In Touch said the truth about Jen and Barack.
That was of all the calls you get from your publicist where you're just like, oh no, what's it gonna be? Or the email saying, you know, some cheesy tabloid is gonna make up a story, and then it's that.
Yeah. Does your publicist ever go like, is there any truth to this? Or is it...
No, that is absolutely untrue.
Well, I know it's not true.
Yeah.
I just don't know if everybody knows.
Well, it is untrue.
Some people, it is untrue.
But even with Jen saying that the allegations were false, the rumors still persisted, and she had to address them again, saying that the decision to shut down the speculation was influenced by her personal experience with infidelity suspicions in her marriage to Brad Pitt, and she thought that keeping quiet would fuel the rumors. A source said about this, Jen was going to have her people either not respond or give a no comment, but she thought that that would add fuel to the fire. She decided to shut it down before it could get even more out of hand. The insider also noted that Jennifer has previously ignored the many surreal claims throughout her career, but knowing the rumors might upset Michelle made her speak up, and they added, she barely knows Obama, let alone is dating him. She told friends that after all these years of being in the spotlight, this has to be the most bizarre piece of gossip she has ever heard about herself. She truly doesn't know how people come up with this stuff out of nowhere. More than being concerned about it, she's totally baffled. However, Jen's upset for Michelle because she's seen stories about the Obamas' marriage being on the rocks, and she knows firsthand what it is like to be at the center of stories like that. Well, now people are saying that the real mistress has always been Vera. And for those who recall when this rumor first surfaced, various outlets had put out articles and headlines insinuating that Vera Baker had a romantic encounter with Obama at a hotel, and that there was evidence, i.e. a videotape, that supported the assertion that there was an affair. Based on reports, Barack met Vera back in 2004 when she worked tirelessly to get him elected to the U.S. Senate, raising millions in campaign contributions. But things allegedly got super spicy between them, and there was even a testimony of a taxi driver who accompanied Obama and Vera Baker to a hotel where the two would spend the night together. Allegedly. So when these rumors started making rounds, Vera was obviously devastated. Like, she even filed a lawsuit against the Globe for publishing the story and said that the story came from one of Obama's political opponents. According to Vera, the opponents had a complete disregard for the harm that the story would cause her because they were looking for anything they could use to sully the reputation of President Obama, even if it meant harming others. She said in the lawsuit that the Globe deliberately intended to convey the impression that she and Obama had an intimate encounter at a hotel, which was known to be false. According to the lawsuit, the Globe published the story with multiple headlines, including "Cheating Scandal Erupts" and "Secret Video Could Destroy Presidency." Though there was no cheating, no scandal, and no video. Vera eventually quoted other offending statements cited in the complaint, including, in a bombshell development, Vera recently returned to Washington, D.C. after reportedly being exiled by Obama's wife before the presidential campaign. And, concluded a friend of the Obamas, when Vera worked for Obama on his Senate campaign, he fell hard for her. Vera knew he was married, but Barack was the one who made a fool of himself. Another offending statement cited in the complaint was, a top D.C. source with knowledge of the the events told Globe the limo driver's account has been independently corroborated by investigators who believe the couple spent the night together at the Hotel George. Basically, Vera said that the Globe printed the story with actual malice, knowing it was untrue, as she said in court documents. It was aware that there was no secret video that contained evidence of an affair. Nevertheless, defendants acted recklessly by stating that there was such a secret video footage on the sister publication National Enquirer's website, and then later removing that information, and then later reinserting information about a video with the caveat that no such video may actually exist. Moreover, in the face of such contradictory information, defendants did not even attempt to confirm the existence of a secret video before stating that they had such evidence to corroborate their story. Instead, they ran the story, stating that there was a secret video when they did not know whether a secret video did in fact exist. Well, like I said, Vera is back on our timelines, and people have a few questions. Was there even an affair? Did the video exist? Was she paid by the Obamas to deny the claims and then disappear? Was she forced to disappear? Was this the catalyst to the Obama divorce? You know, all these stories making rounds about the Obamas are in light of the rumors that they could be headed for divorce. Of course, the rumors started after Michelle had that panel discussion with Kelly Rowland, her, Winnie Harlow, and Tina Knowles Lawson when she was promoting her new book, The Light We Carry. And Michelle talked about the fallout in her marriage to Barack. In the discussion, she talked about the difficulties of a marriage, how hard it is even when you are madly in love with the person, and even when everything works out right, and how she almost left her marriage.
It's like there were 10 years when I couldn't stand my husband. You know?
do say that. You say
10 long years. And guess when it happened? When those kids were little, right?
Yeah.
Right? Because, you know, you can be all great individually when you're just married. You got your life, he's got his, you come together. It's all, ooh, good to see you, bye, take it easy. And then you have kids.
Not take it easy.
Take it easy, you're traveling, that's great, good. I get to hang out and watch the TV I want to watch.
Right.
But the minute we had kids, it was like, where are you going? And how far? And you start measuring, it's like, how many diapers did you change? And
at the time, Michelle said that for 10 years while they were trying to build their careers and worry about school and who's doing what and what, she was like, this isn't even. The problem, according to Michelle, was that Barack was focusing so much on politics, and she was primarily looking after their daughters, Sasha and Malia. And those 10 years when the kids were growing up, she just wanted to leave the marriage. She actually talked about how she'd start measuring tasks between her and Barack, like how many diapers each changed, or how much time Barack had spent at the gym, and how he even had time to play golf. Basically, Michelle admitted that there was an imbalance in their marriage for years, and she was the one to sacrifice in it. Other than this, anyone who has followed Michelle knows that she has also previously wrote in her book Becoming that she ended up making some of the biggest sacrifices in her marriage. Like when her husband's presidential campaign kicked into high gear after 2008, she took a leave of absence from her job at the University of Chicago Medical Center, knowing that it would be impossible, really, to stay on and be effective. She actually wrote, "It had been painful to step away from my work, but there was no choice. My family needed me, and that mattered more." She also had to make other sacrifices, like how she decided to straighten her natural hair instead of keeping it in braids, so the U.S. could adjust to having a black family in the White House. And all these sacrifices almost cost her her marriage. Then recently, there were also talks of a divorce when people pointed out to a few signs, like how Michelle Obama was conspicuously absent from major events, such as the funeral of former President Jimmy Carter. Her team explained that she was on an extended vacation in Hawaii during the funeral. But despite this clarification, reports claiming she has distanced herself from Washington and spends limited time with Barack have fueled the rumors further. Michelle was also noticeably absent at Trump's inauguration, and once again, that fueled the divorce rumor even further. In fact, even when Barack did a birthday shout out to Michelle, people said that there was something off with the post. He captioned it, "Happy birthday to the love of my life, at Michelle Obama. You fill every room with warmth, wisdom, humor, and grace, and you look good doing it. I'm so lucky to be able to take on life's adventures with you. Love you." Apparently, it was weird that he said love you instead of I love you. People said that it was awkward that in the accompanying photo, the two were sitting on opposite sides of a dining room table, their hands stretching to meet in the middle, further fueling divorce rumors. In addition, we had people like Meghan McCain talking about the alleged divorce, and she went on one podcast and told host Tara Palmieri that there were very serious journalists telling her that they're hearing that the Obama divorce rumors are true. Meghan was like, "I have been hearing this rumor that the Obamas are getting a divorce by reputable people. I'm not talking about TMZ. I'm not talking about Perez Hilton. Although I love him, he's my friend, I'm talking about like very serious journalists telling me that they're hearing that the Obama divorce rumors are true. Well, all these divorce allegations are what have dug up a bunch of skeletons about the Obamas, including several times Barack Obama was rumored to be cheating on Michelle. And the affair that people suspect lasted for a while was the one with Vera. As for what happened to Vera, sources said that Vera disappeared from Obama's political scene and now is somewhere in the Caribbean, which has led people to assume that Michelle Obama might have sent her away after news of the affair. As a matter of fact, a lot of information about Vera and Barack has also been wiped from the internet, so we can only hope that she's safe wherever she is. That is, if the affair actually happened. But in your opinion, do you think the affair actually happened? Is it possible that this was just another anti-Obama smear campaign? And why is this alleged affair even coming up now? Let me know what you think in the comment section below.